Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're talking about some combo wrenches. I just grabbed some out of my toolbox, 14 millimeter. So I used to buy, forged in the USA, I used to buy these Craftsman wrenches, okay? So I'd get the 12 point and I'd get the 6 point because lots of times you find yourself needing two. You need one on one side, you need one on the bolt and one on the nut. Does that make sense? So I had a whole bunch, I have like two sets of these, right? The star and the 6. And at some point, they moved away from these made in the USA. I don't know if they've gone back to that. I think they're owned by Lowe's now. I'm not sure if they're still made in the or if they went back to being made in the USA, but for a while they weren't made in the USA. I think they were made in China or something. And so I kind of moved away from Craftsman. You guys know my history. My mom is from Asia and she worked child labor, and I feel like that's wrong, child exploitation, and people will argue with me about that of all things. All right, that's interesting. People in their opinions. So for me, I always look for made in America, made in the USA products, even made in Mexico, made in Canada, doesn't matter. It's usually, what I'm looking for. And so moving away from Craftsman, I don't know about their modern stuff. This was like, 10 years ago, it feels like, probably 6 years ago. I moved to these lovely Proto wrenches. Oh, something else that's funny. Just a crazy story. So like my tools, you can see all the wear around all my tools. I use my tools a lot for everything, for household work, for automotive work, for, we have run tractors before, and, you always need tools. And so like even just this last week, I was working on this. That's why this 10 millimeter, can you see the 10 right here? Even this 10, oh wow, that's a bright glare. So even this 10 millimeter is something that I was using just last week because I was replacing a battery in a Toyota Camry. It's like Toyota Camry, 10 millimeter everywhere. So this is a really useful one. Again, you're not going to put lots of wear changing a battery on a wrench, but it's funny because I bring it up because one of my friends had a Nissan Maxima, and his dad, and would always work on it, and his dad had, I think it was a socket or something, I don't remember. But like he gave us instructions to be careful with his tools. Don't ding them up. He didn't want scuffs on his tool. What? Are you guys like that? Let me know in the comments below if you want your tools to look pristine. I don't mind the wear and tear. I buy them. You can see the scratches on right here on this tool. Can you see those scratches? Because I buy them to be used. Some of them are more used than others. And what's funny is I guess not necessarily funny, but my brother-in-law is a diesel mechanic. He works on Volvos. Like licensed technician, big, huge guy, really buff. And he, rocks some massive tools. It's not like these little like handheld battery powered impact wrenches. Tick, 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 tick. No, these are the big industrial, like heavy, like massive, like connected to, you better have a massive air compressor to operate these things kind of tools. So yeah, and even he has a lot of them, made in the USA tools. So these are just some of my favorite tools I wanted to show. I like to discuss this stuff. And I have a question. We'll get to the question I have for everybody watching at the end of the video here. These are super wonderful. These work really well. So to me, it's important, like I said, to have a useful set. So I have my old combo wrenches, 12 and 6 point, and I have these ratcheting, reverse ratcheting. So all that means is that as you're working on something, so right now this is in loosen mode. So like you loosen I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see this, like how it rotates here, but you can loosen the nut on your battery terminal, right? And then you just flip this little switch right here, and then you can tighten it. And I love these little cutouts right here. They're like little scallops. It feels like it makes it lighter weight. These aren't super heavy. Not that, small wrenches like this are a problem with weight anyway. However, it is nice to have something like that. So I like the design, I like the look of them, and I think that's an important part. This whole idea of life is short, you might as well have some good looking tools, some tools that you enjoy using. And I feel like that applies kind of in this situation as well. Proto, I think now is owned by Stanley. I don't think they make this version of these wrenches anymore, so you have to buy them like on the open market, used, which, can get expensive. New, these were running $30 a piece for these small ones. The large ones were like over $120 a piece, so that's always a joy. But everything about these is just right. The angle on the head is just right. The reverse ratcheting lever, everything feels really good on these. I've never had a problem with them. They've always worked. And I'm proud that they're made in the USA. They were made in the USA. Now, no idea. So let me know your thoughts. My question to all of you is, what are your favorite tools these days that are still made in the USA? Is it just Snap-on or Armstrong or what? Mac tools? What's your go-to tool for American-made tools? Doesn't matter what they are. Screwdrivers, wrenches, socket wrenches. Are any power tools made in the USA? Let me know in the comments below. Give me your recommendations. I'm interested to hear because, as usual, and as always, I'll be in the market for some interesting tools. And let me know your thoughts about these Proto reverse ratcheting wrenches. Thank you everybody for watching. We have tons of content. I just have stuff lined up for videos, whether it be sports related. I have like a line of things that are made in the USA that I want to get in front of the camera. So excited to read your comments and review those. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.